episode 3723, Your Suddenly is Here.
Moms, it's time to rediscover, rejuvenate, and renew who you are in mind, body, and spirit. Welcome to Create Your Now, Your Best Selfie, the show to help you do just that. Here's your host, certified life coach, personal trainer, and nutritionist, Christiane Wargo.
Happy day and welcome to a brand new week. Oh yes, come on, it's time to get your extraordinary on because God has something in store for you, but you got to be looking for it. Your suddenly is here. For those of you who are brand new to Create Your Now, welcome to this incredible family. I'm so delighted of your presence. If you already had the opportunity, you want to head on over to createyournow.com where you can learn more and to sign up for the K.I.S.S newsletter, the Keep It Simple strategy, everyday solutions to live, love, and impact. Well, this episode is brought to you by AIM, Inspiring Connection and Community. Well, how was your weekend? It was the first full weekend in June. You're probably like, oh, if you only imagined. Sometimes we just keep going and going and going. Did you take a moment to slow down? Because today, I want you to slow down in a manner where you understand that you're here. Your suddenly is here. Because life can have you going full speed ahead, or you can come to the screeching halt in just the blink of an eye. But what happens when you have been working hard day after day after day, month upon month, to years later, maybe even a decade or more, where your suddenly is here, arriving where you always wanted to be? We know life is a roller coaster, right? We've got the ups and downs and twists and turns and all arounds that can either propel us forward or can halt our progress in an instant. It's like, poof, and nothing happens. Or poof, everything happens. Despite the unpredictable nature of life, there comes this moment when your hard work and persistence pays off and you find yourself exactly where you always wanted to be. That's when your suddenly is here. You've arrived, and sometimes it can feel like it happened overnight. It did, didn't it? Yet, as you and I both know, nothing worth pursuing in the long run is something that happens overnight. Virality is not the answer to your dreams. It'd be great sometimes if we're like, oh yes, if I could just go viral. But really, to get what you want long term, it's not about virality. And that's a fun word to say, by the way. But seriously, dreams and goals change as you grow and gain wisdom. However, that doesn't mean you don't achieve them in a matter of time. It may take time. And as they shift and as you shift, you've got to keep what you want in front of you, regardless of your situation or circumstances. Otherwise, you will always be putting your dreams and goals on hold. And what will come from that? Most likely, nothing. Nothing you really desired. So if you want to take your dreams and goals to the next level, you must keep moving forward. That is your K.I.S.S to Keep It Simple strategy. Keep moving forward. And moving forward does not require huge steps that make you feel hesitant or resistant to what might be. Those quote unquote might be moments could actually change your trajectory in your life, opening up doors and opportunities for you to soar. One step at a time leads to miles of greatness. My good friend Dan Miller, regardless of where he was in life, whether it was a good thing, a bad thing, an upside down thing, whatever, his main question would be, what does this make possible? What can I do? Where can I go from here? How can I change? If I look at this as an experiment, what would it look like? I think about Roland Garros, yes? I got to have my hockey a little bit, and I got to have a little bit of my tennis this weekend. And I did. I enjoyed it. Did you watch the French Open? Did you see how Coco Gauff and Carlos Alcaraz won? Yet they had to fight themselves more so in their mind and not with their might. Yeah, it was really interesting. For the men, Sinner and Alcaraz, oh my goodness, it was the second longest match in the history of the French Open. Okay. Coco Gauff, first win from an American in a decade. The last one was Serena Williams. Now, I tell you all of that because getting that Grand Slam under your belt and winning that trophy takes a lot. Serena Williams, I believe, only won it 3 times. Now, I'm not saying only. I mean, I didn't win it at all, right? But you have to think about how hard she had to work to get there. Coco Gauff did it Finally. And I know she's like, oh, and people were talking, oh, she just has got to get on the bandwagon. Like she's got to work harder. But you see, both Carlos and Coco, they put in their reps. They put in their practice. They were strengthening their serves. They did what they had to do, but that wasn't what won the match for them. They had to get out of their own heads, their self-doubt that stood in the way. It was all those detours, and it was all in their mind. What was between their two ears? Coco Gauff alluded that in her actual press conference that she was her biggest doubter. My friend, we can be our worst critic. Are you? Do you kind of play the Coco or the Carlos? I mean, Carlos had to come down from being down 2 sets to Sinner. And oh my goodness. And then at one point, Sinner could have won it, but then Carlos fought back. And at the end, if you didn't watch it, oh, let me tell you, it went 5 sets to a tiebreaker. Incredible. And Carlos locked it in at the tiebreaker 10-2. Now, I'm not going to give you a lesson on tennis here, but let me tell you, we can learn a lot from the athletes that are out there, the ones that keep going and going and going, because this is what the interesting thing is they get to see their trophy, right? They get to hold it and handle it. But sometimes in our lives, our trophy isn't something that we hold. It might be something that's done, with the doors closed, nobody really knows. It's something that's not secretive, but you just don't go out there and say, hey, attention, newsbreaker. This is what I've done. You just don't put it out there because it might mean a lot to 200 people, but not to the world. But you see, we do hold a trophy. It just looks differently. And I think we can learn a lot from those who are out in the public eye and what they have to go through and how they're scrutinized. We can take those lessons and apply them to our own lives. So how do you silence your doubts and unlock your dreams? Well, number one, it starts with bite-sized actions. You got to set bite-sized actions. Dedicate time each day to work towards your aspirations, your dreams, your goals. And in all honesty, don't call them goals. If you're one who's like, goals scare me, I don't know if I want to call it my dreams, great. Then just say, I'm taking action. I'm taking aim. This is what I'm going to do today. What's that one thing? Name it. No matter how small the step may seem, it may be calling a person on your list because you need to know that next step. If you're thinking about going back to school, you want to get your master's or your doctorate, and you're like, gosh, I just don't know what I would need to do in order to apply for the program. Guess what? Make the phone call. I know you can search online. I get that. Make the phone call. It's faster. I'm just telling you. Yep, I'm rooting you on. But it's those small steps, the little things. It's the next thing. Consistent effort compounds over time. Did you hear me? And that's when it leads to significant progress. One step at a time leads to miles of greatness. That's the journey you're on. Consistent effort compounds over time. So set those bite-sized actions. Number 2, visualize where you're going. You don't have to visualize holding the trophy. Now, if you are an athlete and you want to hold that trophy, we've got the Stanley Cup. I think we've got the 3rd game coming tonight. I believe so. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. So I got to look at my schedule. But those players out there are visualizing what it would be like to hold that daggum huge trophy. I think that thing is at least about half my size. I'm short, but seriously, it's a big trophy. I can't imagine hoisting it over my head, but let me tell you, if you're a hockey player, you're imagining that. If you're a Panther, if you're an Oiler, you are imagining, I want to hoist that trophy above my head. So if you don't have something visual, like a book, or I don't know what else is it. Maybe it's your career. It's kind of hard to hoist your career up, right? And just, here I am. Well, not really, because you're in it. You don't really see it, right? You're doing it. Picture yourself achieving your dream within your career. What it's like to hold your physical book and immerse yourself in the emotions of that moment. Cue into that. Presence counts. Visualization can enhance motivation and reinforce your commitment to your goals, which then reinforces your commitment to your dreams and it gets you closer. And then finally, number 3, seek support and accountability. Surround yourself with people who believe in you. You may have friends that love you and they've been hanging around for years, but they really kind of question what you want to do and who you want to be and where you want to go in this part of your life. They can still be your friends, but don't hang out with them as much. And I say that with true love and respect for those people that you have. Sometimes we have friends for a season. And so we have to look at that. That doesn't mean we're rude. That doesn't mean we just kind of like push them off and brush them to the side or whatever. It's just that you're not spending as much time with them because it's not getting you to where you want to be. You want to have people around you that will provide you encouragement during tough times. You know, I was listening to Coco Gauff, and I follow tennis a lot, and I love hearing the story behind the athlete because that's really what matters to me. It's not about them winning the trophy. It's not about the purse and the prize, the $2.9 million that both of them won as the champion at Roland Garros. That doesn't matter to me, okay? It was their climb to hoist that trophy. That's what matters to me. I want to know the story behind the athlete. And it's really interesting because she has really had to face some scrutiny from commentators, from people out in the tennis world, and people who, well, they just want to be trolls. And they really don't understand where she's coming from and how hard it is. So a lot of times we have to put ourselves in someone else's shoes and say, okay, what was this like for her? Can I replicate that where I need to be, right? A strong support system can boost your confidence and resilience. Oh, my friend, don't settle for what comes easy. Reaching for the stars requires you to stretch more than you could before. You've got what it takes. So go and create your now. I believe in you. Go in peace. Be present. Be incredible. Be you. I love you so very much. I cannot wait to see you on the other side. Blessings, hugs, and lots of love. We'll talk to you real soon. Have a glorious, blessed day. Bye-bye.
Feeling inspired, ready to train for life and love your journey? Visit createyournow.com for more incredible resources to help you along the way. We'll see you next time on Create Your Now, Your Best Selfie. And remember, always be sure you consult your physician before beginning any health and fitness plan.